Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another video from the Canal Sidings Model Railway channel. This video is going to be short, and the reason for that is that I haven't made any real progress since the last one. I have not done anything on my Helljan 47. The reason for that partly being clearing up my eBay sales, which are now finally finished. Yeah! No more eBay sales. And it's partly due to the fact that I have had more trouble with my Class 37 in Intercity livery, which is just coming round now, which is the one that has the Hornby TTS decoder plus another decoder in it. I say it's just coming round now. The Transrail one is also coming, but the one you can see now is the one that was giving me trouble with intermittent short circuits, if you remember. And I found the one that happened when I pressed the body down. That was a screw, that was easy to fix. But I still was plagued with the occasional stutter. It would just suddenly stop. The sound would turn off, and if there were any other locos running, they would stop as well. And if I looked at my command station, I could see that it had actually caused a momentary short, and the command station had shut its output down. This is a big problem, because you can't run a loco like that. It would happen maybe once every half an hour of running, maybe after 5 minutes of running, and maybe you could run it for an hour and it wouldn't do it. But typically it was about 30 minutes. And I stripped it down completely and looked everywhere for potential short circuits. Couldn't find any. So basically I was left, and it wasn't either of the decoders, because I took the sound decoder out and it still did it, and I swapped the other decoder for a different one and it still did it. But of course it's taken a long time to get that far, simply because you have to test it for so long to see, well, once it does it you know there's a problem. But other than that you need to test it for absolutely ages before you can tell whether it's likely to have gone away. Anyway, in the end, I don't know if I remember telling you, if you remember me telling you, or if indeed I did tell you, that I wasn't happy with the motor that was in it, because it had shaken its mounting plate loose. Now that could have just been badly tightened up in the first place, or it could have been that the motor was dodgy. It didn't seem to have very much power. This is the motor in question, which I hope it's going to focus on. Hang on, let me just get that, try and get the whole thing to focus properly. That is the motor in question. Don't seem to get much light on it here. It's quite a big beast, but I decided to take a chance and buy another motor from Bachmann for a 37. And to Bachmann's credit, they knew exactly what I wanted straight away. I said I'm after a motor for a Class 37, and before I could get anything out she said, is it O or N? I said it's N. She said yes, we've got. I said it's OO. She said yes, we have those in stock. And it turns out that all the Bachmann 37s, according to her, use the same motor. Anyway, it was 22 quid, put it in the post that day, and it arrived 2 days later. So I can't complain at that. So I spent all day yesterday, it was Sunday wasn't it? Yeah, all day yesterday stripping the whole thing down yet again, because to get the motor out, everything comes off. And put the new motor in, and then having done that, that was about 4 o'clock-ish, no, about 3:45 I think, I've got it finally running again. And I ran it yesterday for about an hour and a half at various speeds, particularly the ones that it would go wrong at. It's got the same train on as it had, and it's running on the same track, just to make sure that everything stayed the same. And it didn't go wrong at all yesterday. And I've now been running it today for about another hour, and it hasn't gone wrong today. So I am really hoping that it was the motor and that it was causing some strange problem. Either it was shorting out, or it was well, it must have been shorting out, because it actually took the command station out momentarily until the command station recovered again. So that's what I've been doing. The loco in the other direction is another new acquisition. It's another Bachmann Class 37 in Transrail livery, which is a 37 I've been trying to get hold of for ages. There are various ones out there. I was looking at a Vitrains one, but Vitrains locos are just silly money. They only cost about 50 quid when they were new. So even allowing for that inflationary thing, a second-hand one shouldn't cost more than 50 or 60 quid. And there are people out there advertising them at 80, 90, 100, 120 quid. And there's no way I was going to buy that. And the Transrail Vitrains ones seem to be sold at a premium price. No way I was going to spend that money on that loco. I picked this Bachmann example up for about 89 quid, which I thought wasn't too bad. It's got full complement of lights, it's got cab lights, and it happened to be DCC fitted as well. I think it's got a Bachmann decoder in it. Haven't put it on JMRI's Decoder Pro yet to find out, but I'm fairly certain it's going to have the Bachmann standard fit decoder. And as you can see, as it goes past the gain now, it runs really well. It's hauling a rake of MEA wagons, which I quite liked when I saw it on the real railway running behind the 37. They look purposeful. They're very heavy looking wagons, even though they're only four-wheel. And I decided I would put together a rake of about 20 of them. Well, so far I've managed to get 13, some weathered, some not. I need about another 7, maybe 8. For the full length train that I want to build with them. I've also bought some Parkside Dundas wagon loads for them, which are just finished in black plastic. What I will do is I will spray them matte black first of all. When that's dry, I'll give them a coat of PVA and drop some coal dust on top of them, so that they will look much more like the colour of real coal. But I'm happy with them as they stand. The ones at the back of the train are the heaviest weathered. The first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, the first 7 up to this one are standard Bachmann, as is that one. These 3 are from the Model Centre, TMC, and the last 2 come from the Weathering Works, which is Scott EFC on eBay, and they are quite heavily weathered, and I want to bring the others down, if you like, to that standard. But anyway, that's what I've been doing really. I've had to clear the garage up, and I'm still not finished with that yet, because it was absolutely full of old boxes and everything that I was keeping for my eBay sales. That's almost finished now, they're almost done. And then I've got a little bit more work to do on the garage, and I've also been thinking about and doing a couple of drawings of the shelf that we're going to put under the new railway that's going on the bit you're seeing now. So this piece of railway will disappear. I decided to come round this side and do a bit of filming for the next few videos on this side, so that you've seen both sides of the railway. And I'll put the camera in a different position and try and run different trains each time and see what we can come up with as some videos. It'd be nice for me to keep videos of the old railway as well. Anyway, that's about it. I haven't really got much else to say, so I'm going to say goodbye, and I'm pleased to say that the 37431 is still going, no shorts. So my guess that it was the motor probably is right, but I cannot even think what might be wrong with a motor that gives intermittent shorts. I would have thought a motor would have just been a permanent short and a disaster and a write-off. And you can't take them apart. I mean, I could pull it apart, but it just doesn't seem to be worth the effort. Anyway, I'll say thanks for watching, and I'll try not to make it too long before I bring the next video out. Thanks, bye.